Most don't even know the story of the lotus flower, of how it only grows in muddy water, stretching its roots down into the mud, holding tight, while it pushes its way through the water in order to break through the surface. The lotus flower represents a true testament that you are not what happened to you, but what you choose to become. Everyone sees the end result. Everyone sees how beautiful it sits atop the water. They never see the process it took to get there, or the adversity it took to overcome. All they see is the beauty that comes after the struggle, the beauty that shines a light, telling an untold story to the world, a beauty that simply can't be hidden after you made it through.
What do you mean? What do you mean, you people?
Well, don't, argue with me. You want to starch on this or what? You want to starch, heavy starch?
You don't have to.
What?
You don't have to yell at no one.
Okay, so take it somewhere else and give me this money. I don't want your business.
What do you mean, you people?
Here, $7.60.
Are you prejudiced?
Yeah,
You are.
yeah.
Well, what are you doing in black neighborhoods then?
Black people are more fucking. Give me $7.60 and get out.
Black people are what?
More prejudiced than anybody else.
We're not prejudiced.
$7.60. I need to go.
You don't need to yell at me.
I need to leave. I'm behind. I have to go somewhere.
Well, you don't need to yell at me. Black people are not prejudiced.
Okay, you want to pay or not? I'll keep it back there and lock the door, and you come back tomorrow.
No, you won't keep my items. You won't keep my items.
So pay me. It's a minimum is $10 credit card.
I don't have $10 on me.
Well, $7.60. You don't have $7.60?
No, I don't. I have $3 on me.
A fucking asshole.
What you call me?
Never come back again here.
What you call me?
Yeah. Here.
Why do you have to curse at me?
Here. Take your fucking clothes and everything. You come outside. I can't reach over there.
Isn't that why you have that thing that comes out?
It comes out, it's going to hit your car.
You shouldn't cuss at the customers.
Yeah, customer my ass. Here. Take your shirts. Here. Get out.
You shouldn't be prejudiced either in black neighborhoods.
You motherfuckers are more racist than anybody. Black people are. I've been here 20 years. Just get out.
You are video. I just want to let you know.
Video. Send it to Obama.
Son, I'm sorry you had to hear that.
No, I've heard stuff like that before.
That's racist.
He's talking about we're racist.
Yes.
How did you feel there at that moment?
I felt very surprised, and I too grew up in the area. In fact, I grew up maybe 2 miles from that location, so my mom still resides over in that area. So when it happened, I was thrown back, way back. And for it to happen in such a way, I knew that it couldn't have just started at that moment, because what happened is I went and picked up my son from school, and we were going to celebrate him making the honor roll. So I picked him up and I called the cleaners, and to find out what time did they close. I had some shirts in the cleaners, and so when I called, he said, "Well, we close at 6:15."
So you called before you got there?
Correct.
Okay.
And it was like I said, 6:15 then. So I pulled up at the cleaner. It was at 6 o'clock. Okay, I'm finishing up a phone call because I didn't want to be rude and get to cash register and talking on the phone. So I pulled over, finished the call, which took about 2 minutes, proceeded to pull forward, and I saw him with this angry look at the front door, and he took some kind of contraction and put it on the door to lock the door. And I assumed, well, maybe he's just closing down half of the shop. And then I knew I still had 10 more minutes.
Right, getting ready to close.
Correct. So by the time I drove around to the window, he went on this rage telling me, you're out there on the phone and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, sir, you don't have anything to do with me on the phone out in front of the parking lot. I'm finishing up a call. And he proceeded to say, you people. And I stopped for a minute. And that's when I just said, well, let me grab my phone.
I was going to ask,
Yes.
when was that moment when you went to, okay, this is camera worthy? Like, what is this about? Okay.
When he said, you people.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, I've heard people saying it before to other people, but when it was directed to me, I said, he didn't say that. So just so happened, I still had the phone out, so I just started shooting. And I was waiting for him to come back over. I was going to ask him, what do you mean, you people? But since he was taking so long over there, I just asked him why he was over there. So that's where it started at. The recording started.
Gotcha.
You know, so again, he was
Gotcha.
coming off this rage.
Gotcha. Because he had already began his rage and rant.
Yes.
And then you people, and you pulled out the camera.
Correct.
And it was all because you took a moment to finish up a phone call. But
Right.
the phone call still had nothing to do with him.
Correct.
Because he was still open till 6:15.
Correct.
You called before.
Correct. And I would have rather him just say, well, we close at 6. And then I would have just waited.
Right.
So, and then I pulled up. I said, well, I'm in good time. So 6 o'clock, you know. And believe me, and you know, I consider myself a Christian. But at times, those the times that are really challenging when it's thrown at you. But if I feel like whatever's in you will come out.
That's true.
So I couldn't get it out if it's not in me.
That's true.
So I just said, well, there's other ways of dealing with it. And my son often, you know, we often talk about that, how to deal with bullies and different people in school. And I show him how to go about the right protocols, tell the teacher, tell the principal, come tell me. And so it was good that he got a chance to see that firsthand, how I would, you know, handle that. It shocked me. It was humorous in a way, just to hear someone just tell a bold-faced lie, and to make up something like that.
Because we as viewers, we don't know what went on before.
Okay.
So granted, like we don't know what happened first, how it started, or anything. But just to hear the other side of the story, and I can't put those two things together. Like I, as a viewer, I couldn't put the two together. So that's one of the main reasons I really just wanted to come over here and just get the other side of the story, because it didn't make sense. And I know sometimes the news kind of portrays people in a certain type of way that makes sense to the tone of like what's going on, but not the honest truth.
I am a business owner, so I may have, I would say, just say 80 to 100 customers in a month. So just say in a year, you know, if you have just even 1,000 customers, by now if I had in any type of way ran it like that, one of them would have come forward, and it would be on there.
Yeah.
And if you look at, you know, YouTube right now, there's other people that it happened to as well that are chiming in.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure if I had enemies out there like that, they would be chiming in.
They would be very quick to chime in.
Yes.
That's very true.
So, and especially even on the news, who don't watch the news?
Right.
So I'm pretty sure someone would have come forward and say, yeah, he said that to me too.
Right.
But I challenge, you know, if someone's out there that can say that I have did that to anyone, I would like to see them.
He was calling us prejudice, and he was like cussing at us.
Do you know what the word prejudice means?
Well, kind of. There was, well, we had like a spelling test on it to know how to spell it and know what it means, but it was like a few weeks back and I forgot.
There's no problem. How did it make you feel? It's more so about the feeling that you had when you
Well,
were in the car.
it just felt hurting how some people treat other blacks like us, like animals and not humans, like different things, different species.
That's pretty much what prejudice is. What have you heard from the community and people in the community as far as not going to the dry cleaners, or just being upset, or what has been the tone of the community?
It has been very humbling just to know that someone's behind you. And I know it's not about me. It was something that I was thrust in. So I know it's something bigger than I am. And I think that everything happens for a reason. Just to see the community come behind me and say, hey, we're with you. And it almost brought me to tears yesterday when I was out yesterday morning passing out flyers in front of the establishment. And I was by myself. My wife had made up some flyers, so I'm just letting other people know about it. And I said, well, if I have to do it by myself, I'll do it by myself. And then I went to the police station to get the report. And they said it wasn't ready quite yet. So I came back home for a minute. Then my wife came in and she said, well, they're up at the cleaners now protesting. And it shocked me because, like I said, I didn't see anyone that morning. So I went up to the cleaners and, they were across the street and they were protesting. It was just, like I said, it was just humbling. And I just got out of the car and I just joined in with because there was a good camaraderie going on. And I just stood in awe. And I heard someone mention about the, getting together on Saturday morning. And I said, oh, okay, great. I said, so Saturday morning at 9. And I guess at that time, the gentleman turned around and said, yeah, Saturday morning at, and he said, wait, aren't you the guy? And then, I said, well, yeah. And they said, well, why you say nothing all this time? But I was just in the moment, as one of them, because it's about everybody coming together. And at that time, it was even more humbling just hearing someone saying, hey, thank you for catching that. Thank you for being at the right time. Thank you for not acting a certain way. And like I said, I think we all were created for a purpose, with purpose. Because growing up, believe me, a lot of times it was frustrating to me because I didn't feel like I responded like I should have, because I would see some people, yeah, you got them straight, and it just wasn't me. I feel like, there's better ways of handling things. And believe me, sometimes it is frustrating when you want to get mad, but it's not in your DNA.
Our community is here because the racist dry cleaner, there's a video that went on Facebook because he's been treating us very, very bad for lots of years. And we all seen video of how he does not care about black people. He cursed us out. He treated us like nothing. And he talked to a man in front of his young son like he was less than a dog. For $7.60. For $7.60. And he is in the middle of a black community. So we are not taking it any longer because we have this technology. Thank goodness that we were all able to see it because we're here. And we're calling out any other business that treats us and our dollar like it doesn't matter, but yet you can buy new cars, pay your rent and your bills, travel on our dollar, but you don't respect us? Not today. So the Raw Onion is on location. The Raw Onion is a real raw conversation about what's going on in our community everywhere. Nothing's swept under the rug. Ain't nobody safe when it comes to the Raw Onion because no subject when it comes to the black community is untouched. So the Raw Onion is on location because this man is taking our money and he does not respect us. Yet we have 2 black-owned cleaners in this neighborhood. So we are promoting them, shutting him down, and calling out any other business that feels the same way. You got similar views, we're gonna be at you too. The Raw Onion is on location and we under the authority of the Lord. I ain't worried about nobody. I ain't scared. You can have 20 guns. I got millions of angels. I got plenty of authority. God is with me. And God came before, when Jesus came, nice and meek and mild, but we coming as lions now with the authority. And
we need to stop studying their story and study our story. Period.
Yes.
You know, that's why our people, that's why Yahshua said, many shall perish for lack of knowledge.
Yes.
And it's happening at this point.
Yeah.
So those of us that's concerned, want to stand up and be all we can be, we need to come on and stick together and be together and run people out of our neighborhood that don't mean us no good.
Yeah, that's real. 100%. Now, if you don't like hearing that, I don't know how else to tell you. You know what I mean? Even white people. I seen white people speak up. I seen a woman named Jane Elliott, white lady. She came out and said the most craziest thing I ever heard. Not the craziest thing, it's the most, the simple thing I ever heard. She asked a group full of white people. She said, will any white person in this room give up your status and trade places with a black person? Nobody said that they'll do it. That white lady looked at the rest of the white people. She said that means that you know exactly what black people are going through. So with that being said, you can answer your own question.
This is out here too, because before it's over, we gonna own the dry cleaner, we gonna own the beauty parlor, we gonna own the laundromat, we gonna own that gas station over there, we gonna own all of these restaurants, everything in our neighborhood as far as we can see. We gonna own it, and that's what we supposed to do, and God knows that's the truth. We're gonna start spending our money with our people, over $1 trillion a year. Yeah. We just waste. Got that selling example right now, y'all, that we not playing. And we're gonna be out here till it close, and we're gonna be out here tomorrow. We're gonna make sure he shut down, because we're not playing.
The central part is I'm a community man, and wherever the community is, that's where I am. And so this is a community issue. Other folks, immigrants from everywhere else, they're sponsored, government sponsors, they get tax breaks, they get government incentive. Nobody will help black people get any incentive. And it's time for us to recognize that we'll start from the bottom, from the community, and build our own systems. When people disrespect us, we don't need to spend that money where they are. We don't need to spend our money in businesses that do not respect us. So we need to shut them down and close them down.
We have a lot of foreign business in the neighborhood that's doing these things, especially the Chinese places selling this rotten gut food to us. They have a nasty attitude. What happened, they make money here, but they stay in Buckhead. They make the money here, but they want to treat you like a dog. So it's time now that the movement started hitting them. Black dollars matter, and it's time for us to stand up and start telling them and telling our children what it's all about.
You won't disrespect me and get my money. You can't have them both ways. So I hope that it spreads from this community to the city, to the state, to other parts, because I think especially as African American, we have such a great buying power. You know, we spend more money than a lot of races. So we have to demand that respect, because when we look in the bigger arena, you know, so many, you see so many people demanding their respect. If they don't like this ball player, what he did, they'll tell the sponsors, hey, if y'all don't drop this guy, we're gonna drop you. And at the drop of a hat, you know, they let him go. So we have the same buying power, but we just, for some reason, are not the ones that use it. So hopefully we will take charge, look at what we're doing, where we're spending our money, and if we have to drive an extra 2-3 miles to go to someone that will give us respect, do that.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's really.
I think that it's a reflection of what's happening across the country, and I think that our communities are synergizing around what's important to us after what we saw happen in Baltimore and Ferguson and Flint and New York and Ohio and Atlanta. So I was just speaking what was on everybody else's mind. So this is not a reflection of anything that is unique, but just a reflection of something that's systemic across the country. And an opportunity for us to take control of our communities and reinvest in our businesses.
Community is defined on the web as a feeling or fellowship with others as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals.
So what are some of the attributes of a good community? Safe, low crime rate, self-contained, everything you need is within the community. Healthy food options, healthy grocery stores, co-ops, community gardens, citizen-owned businesses, rising property values, great school systems, safe and efficient transportation, pride in your community, great customer service, cleanliness. Growing up, Ben Hill reminded me a lot of Black Wall Street. We owned our own land. We grew our own food. We farmed. The community was filled with Black businesses. I remember seeing my entire family together on one street, working together, playing a role in the community, being a part of the community. This is the Ben Hill that I remember.
Here we go. Yeah.